Dear viewers and subscribers, welcome again to our YouTube channel Max the Service. Please subscribe and press the bell icon to receive all notifications regarding any video we are uploading on this channel. Dear guys, I hope you are well and welcome back to Maxi Service. And today we will discuss, revise what we have learned till now, and we will check what are the challenges and what are the benefits we have been learning and what actually we are going to learn and what we have learned. Okay, so from the start, we started with Docker uh, engine and we understand what is Docker, how Docker engine works, its architecture. Also, apart from it, we went with Docker desktop where we can see, manage, and monitor our containers. So first, from the start, we just we worked on what is Dockerfile, and we made some configuration in Dockerfile, and we build from Dockerfile a Docker image, and then we run this image as a Docker container. So here was one file, one image, one container, single host. It's mean on a single node you can do this. Just you need to install Docker and you can start working with containerization, Dockerization your application. So how to configure, manage more than one container on a single node? Uh, we also learned that if there is more than one applications which we want to run them in different containers, let's suppose we have hundred of application and we will be working with 100 files, we will be managing, we will be monitoring any change relevant that sir we have to take care, okay, which Docker file have to change, have to again build and run container. So is it possible to run more than one node on a single server as well? Yeah, you can run more than one Docker engine on your single machine. But how to run and build more than one container on a single node? So this was very critical and very challenging. And then Docker provide us Docker Compose. Docker Compose, it is the revolution of Dockerfile, where we can manage, we can configure, we can set up more than one images within a one file, and that is a Docker Compose. Okay, in this file, in this Docker Compose files, you can see that I can mention, okay, first I have to build this image and run as a container, then I have to build this image, okay, and then I have to run this container. I can also mention that it should be dependent on the rest of like if we have front end, it is UI which is dependent on backend. We have also done in our previous videos, you can also watch out those videos, practically examples and explanation. And also we can just tell a Docker file, okay, please do the read file, Docker file, build image, and also run container. And also it's a beauty of Docker, it's locally check with locally, if not available then it pull from Docker Hub. So all of this I have explained you. Again, this is a very good feature if we can manage and run more than one services within a one Docker Compose file, instead of managing and monitoring, configuring separate image for separate service. So I can do in a single file. Okay, so what are the challenges? Here you can see we have one file, more images, more containers. If there are 100 images, we can run 100 containers also on single node. But the limitation again is single node. Yes, you can install more than one Docker engine on your single machine, and you can, but you have to manage Docker Compose per single machine. If you can also have more than one Docker Compose, you can also have more than one Docker Compose, but all those will be running on single machine. You cannot run uh, one or more than one Docker Compose file across the system. If you have 3 nodes, 5 nodes, then definitely on each node you have to take care for Docker file, Docker Compose. Okay, the challenge, what if a single node or machine goes down? Ooh, if it goes down, then what will be happen? All the services running in this machine will be destroyed, will be stopped. So application will not be available more longer. What if we want to manage group of containers across multiple nodes? Let's suppose I have one Docker file or Docker Compose file and one node, and another node and another Docker Compose file. Okay, then how I can manage? Definitely, as I said, I have to log in and monitor this. Then I have to monitor and manage this separately. At a time, I cannot monitor and manage all these two systems simultaneously. Definitely, we will be running on Docker engine on this machine as well, on this machine as well, and here as so. So we have 3 servers, I mean 3 node, but every server, every node must have a Docker Compose file, maybe single Compose file, maybe have hundreds of Docker images and running container, but I cannot monitor from this machine to this machine. If I'm log in and sitting in this laptop or server and I want to configure anything on 2 or 3, then it will be not possible. For multiple host nodes, we need load balancing, scaling, and high availability. Because if there is okay, one UI, and user is accessing this UI, and you definitely you might be routing these traffic to this machine, and you might be routing traffic to this machine, and you might be routing some traffic to this machine. And let's suppose we have also deployed similar application on machine 1, 2, and 3. Then definitely you cannot do this within a Docker Compose. What else can help us to do all of this to facilitate this? And that is a Docker Swarm. Docker Swarm will be working like, let's suppose we have a cluster of, I mean group of your containers working, running on this host number 1, okay, and this is your host number 2, and this is your host number 3. You have some services running on this host number 1, some services are running on host number 2, and some service running on host number 3. Then how we can configure, how we can manage, how we can monitor all of these, this there is only Docker Swarm. So guys, today I just show the importance, I explain the revolution of how Docker has been expanding, has been extended in their features and compatibility. So in next session we will be working on Docker Swarm, how to create Docker Swarm mode, how it works. So in next section I will explain the components of Docker Swarm, and also I will try to explain the architecture of Docker Swarm, how architecture works. And because to start with Docker Swarm we must understand its architecture, its components, component definition, everything I will explain you in next section. Okay, please subscribe my channel if you have not subscribed yet, and also do like, share in your circle these videos, and also provide your valuable comments. And I hope you will be liking and sharing, so that I will be continuing with rest of the technologies and tools sharing with you. Thanks.